And so I think it's going to be really exciting.
I agree. I'm so excited to get started,
Yeah.
and we're going to get ready to meet the starters for both teams. Okay, first for our home team, the Bryant Hurricanes. They are coached by head coach Cassandra Stewart. She is in her third season here, and she's actually alum from Alma
Yes.
Bryant, and she played at Spring Hill College. We have number 3, Grace Kelly, outside hitter. Number 7, Ann Claire Hilburn, a middle blocker. Number 4, Madeline Ladner, an outside hitter. Number 10, Claire Grace White, a middle blocker. Number 5, Allison Blackwell, a setter. Number 22, Riley Kelly, an opposite hitter. And number 18, McKenna. For the Murphy Panthers, they are coached by head coach Carrie Wiggins. She's in her 4th season at Murphy. She's also local, went to Baker High School and went on to play at Faulkner University. We have number 23, Madison Quinney, outside hitter. Number 7, Dion Rudolph, middle blocker. Number 21, Milan Pirine, an outside hitter. Number 30, Noma Alazor, a middle blocker. Number 8, Tony Brown, the setter. And number 15, Anaya Anderson, outside hitter. And 25, Vaughn July, the libero. So looks like we're getting ready to go, Coach. And we're really excited about this. We'll see here in a second which team has the first serve.
Yeah, and we're excited to be here in this inaugural volleyball broadcast, and we're just proud that the girls are getting this recognition, and we know we're going to have a great match.
Yes, so the officials for tonight, we have the R1, which is the head official. He's up on the official stand. His name is John Rabiot. And then we have Sharon Howe, who is the R2, and she is the official on the floor. It looks like Murphy has the first serve, and their setter, Tony Brown, is going to serve the first serve.
Yeah, and Murphy runs a 5-1 offense, which means that they have 5 hitters and 1 setter who will run the offense for them. And Bryant, I believe, runs a 6-2, so they'll have 6 hitters and 2 setters who will be on the court.
Yeah, we have miss serve for the first one.
Yeah.
So we have Allison Blackwell serving for Bryant, number 5. Great serve. Pretty good pass on the first contact. Just a little miscommunication and mishit by Nia Anderson, number 15. And she'll be somebody we'll have to watch out for, though.
Right, yeah, her coach is real high on her, so we'll be watching her, and hopefully they're going to get their little warm-ups and jitters out and settle down and have a great match.
That's right.
That's a great float serve going to the really deep court, which is a really good place to serve. It's a tough place to pass from.
That was a great combo that Bryant ran right there with their outside hitter coming in to hit a 2 ball in the middle.
Yeah, and
just out. So I believe they did call that out of bounds. Outside hitter hit it just a little bit long, but it was a great swing.
And you mentioned a 2 ball. You have different heights of the ball sets, and those are called different numbers depending on how high the ball is set. We have a tip.
That's a great placement by Nia Anderson. Number 22 for Bryant, Riley Kelly, had a great swing right there. Oh, wonderful block.
Yeah, great block. A nice little pickup from the libero, Vaughn July.
That was Riley Kelly, number 22, the right side, who had a great block right there. She's lefty, which also makes it a little bit more deceptive.
Oh, yeah, it is. A lot of times you set your block up always on the right arm to swing, and she's swinging from the left, so your block's usually off just a little bit.
That's an ace by number 2, Presley Turner. So ace means they do not return the serve.
Right, exactly.
So right now we have Bryant up 4-1. Presley Turner, number 2, is going to serve again.
Oh my goodness, another service error. So again, I think they're a little bit nervous probably, and this is a big night. They have a nice crowd here tonight. They had teacher appreciation night, so that was kind of special for them.
Really great honor to bring the teachers out to thank them for all they do.
Right. Nice hit from the middle. Oh,
yes.
Some communication errors right there.
Communication, yes. Nice hit by number 7, Anna Claire Hilburn from Bryant. Really nice swing, aggressive swing.
And communication is so key to this sport because you're on this 30 by 30 court, and if someone doesn't talk, a lot of times you'll have that miscommunication and the ball will fall as it did. And we just had a miss-hit and error on number. Did you get that number, Nicole?
Yeah, number 8, actually. They called number 8 in the net, which is illegal. You're not allowed to touch the net in high school volleyball. So that was a net violation. So they called that an ace.
Yeah, we have another ace. Again, she is serving deep court, and it's really tough to pass a deep court the way they've got their left back and left and right backs pulled pretty close in, so that's a tough pass for them.
Yeah, this is the libero. She's just a freshman for Alma Bryant, number 18, Mackenzie Thornton, and she's got a nice serve there. And you really build a lot of momentum when you have a good serve and you go back there and can keep the ball in but serve aggressively.
That's right. Okay, in that situation just then, we had we call it out of system, and out of system is when I think we had a foot violation under there, but the official did not see that. But we'll get back to explanation in just a minute.
Just a lot of errors right now on Murphy's side.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the name of the game. The less errors you make in the sport of volleyball, the more successful you'll be.
Right, and again, it's like they're playing out of system. They just cannot get a great pass to their setter. When you play out of system, your setter usually has one chance, one hitter to set to. They don't have very many options.
That's right. So Murphy has called a timeout kind of early, but the score is 10-2. So I agree with that call, just to kind of maybe settle her team down a little bit. And I'm sure Coach Wiggins is focused on, let's get that good first pass so we can set up our hitters. If you're not able to get that first pass, then you're sending a lot of free balls over. Exactly.
And a free ball is just sending it over, and that's a gift to the other team.
That's right. It's very easy. But I do like Bryant serves very aggressively.
Absolutely, yes.
And nice float serves, so they kind of catch an air pocket.
Right.
And they don't move. They're kind of almost like a knuckleball in baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have number 18 still, Mackenzie Thornton serving. She's a freshman from Bryant High School. She's playing the libero position.
And libero is a defensive specialist, and the libero can come in and out for anybody on the back row. She can only serve one position, which means she can only serve for that person who came out for. It's kind of hard to explain.
Yeah, and that was a great replay they just showed on the TV. It was a nice block again from Bryant. Good up by the libero for Bryant. Okay, nice dig by Vaughn July from Murphy.
And that's a pretty pass. Little deep, but nice pass. And there's another communication error. If your setter gets in trouble, she's got to communicate with her hitters. I mean, that's, again, the success of your team also depends on your communication. And they're just not talking very well right now.
There we go. Great first pass by Anaya. And wow, that was a great hit.
Great hit.
And what I was really impressed with was I think it was Allison Blackwell, number 5, or maybe actually it was number 3, Grace Kelly, who's just an 8th grader, had a great touch on that ball.
Yeah,
that
she's a tiny thing too.
She sure is. So we have number 10, Christian Wooten, serving for Murphy. Good.
Okay, we have a net violation on the setter, Tony Brown. That was a tight pass. That's tough to do anything with.
Right.
And she cannot, if she's on the back row, she cannot go up and block. So she's kind of just has to do the best she can to get some kind of play on the ball. If she's on the front row, she can aggressively block that ball.
So number 6 just entered the match for Bryant. That is Jasmine Summerlin. She's a setter, junior, so they are running the 6-2 offense. Nice tip by Grace Kelly, but dug by Murphy.
Oh.
Hey, good tip. That was a great decision to tip that ball right there.
Got a little bit of a touch on the block, and then it kind of slowed the ball down for the right side defender.
So Noma Alazor just entered the match. She's a really athletic player.
Okay.
Coach Wiggins, I know, expects a lot out of her on the front row with blocking especially.
Yeah.
And she's also, just like Anaya Anderson, a really good basketball player.
Okay.
And I think they're getting some looks for basketball. So right now it looks like Coach Wiggins and Murphy they're checking their lineup.
Okay.
So they're not out of rotation.
Yeah. Yeah. If the coach realizes that they're not in the proper rotation, she can ask for a lineup check without penalty, and the officials can put the girls back in their lineup.
And it's a great call because you'll lose a point if you're out of rotation. So you want to check that for sure.
Yeah, it's a side out and a point for the opposing team.
Okay.
Got a little bit of a rally going here. Very excited. Okay, very nice pass. Let's see if they can
capitalize on it. Just out. You know, right before that play, number 7 from Murphy, Dion Rudolph had a nice swing, and Bryant did a really good job defensively digging that ball up. So we have number 3 going back to serve, Grace Kelly, the outside hitter for Bryant. Another good serve.
Yeah. Oh, that was a nice swing. Put it right in the right back position. That is the toughest position defensively, because if your setter's in back row, she's thinking she can release to come to the front row. She's got to remember she has to play defense first.
Play defense first. We've said that a lot, right?
We sure
as
have.
Coaches. And that was number 4, Madeline Ladner, that hit that nice shot down the line.
Another tight pass for the setter.
And I think she is front row right now.
Okay.
And
she is.
Yes, and so that another option right there for her would be to tip it over.
Yeah, or set her back row. And she's got a good player on the back row who could attack that ball. Right now she only has 2 hitters running the 5-1 offense. So there she goes to her back row.
Nice back row attack by Anaya Anderson. Good dig again by the same player. Okay, just had to push it over by Madison Quinney. Nice swing there.
That was a great swing.
Number 4, Madeline Ladner from Bryant. Nice kill down, kind of in zone 6.
Yes.
If we're talking about the zones on the court.
Right, and your zones are where your zone 1 is your right back position, and then you go forward, that's your 2. The middle front is your 3, and then on over left is 4, left back is 5, and the middle is 6.
Good serve again by number 3. Grace Kelly from Bryant.
Another tip to the right back corner, and it was successful.
And, you know, in that situation, they tipped to the setter. So the setter dug the first ball, and there it looked like miscommunication, and that's why it fell in.
Yeah, they've got to keep that communication open. She needed to yell setter out or something to let her players know that she's out of the offense at that point.
Good rally going on right now. 3rd time the ball's crossed the net. Good dig.
Okay, there's a back row set.
Again, that one went to the setter, so the libero took the 2nd ball on that one, and it looked a little smoother.
Yeah. Setter's just not getting the ball close enough to attack with any kind of power. Most of the sets are about the 9-meter line. You've got your 10-meter line, which is the line right behind the net, and she needs to set that ball a little bit closer so her teammates can get a better swing on it.
So Alma Bryant serving again, and that's number 10, Claire Grace White. She's a middle blocker, junior. So each time that Bryant's going back to serve, they're keeping the serve for a couple points, which really makes it hard to kind of catch up for Murphy.
Exactly. You get a run of 2 or 3 points, and you get that momentum going. Here's another back row attack.
Good dig by the middle blocker, Claire Grace White.
Here's a tip, which was great block, and I'm not sure who picked that up. But I guess the replay will show had a nice defense on that.
So again, Murphy was called right there for the net violation. I believe it was from number 30, Noma Alazor. And that just happens sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, you're really excited about trying to block the ball, and happens at all levels.
Right, exactly.
Very little push. So right there, the official called a double call on that push. Tell us a little bit about the double call. And
on the double call, especially with setters, it's how the ball touches the hands. If it contacts the ball in almost like two different times, or on the body, then it's a double contact or double call.
That was a great swing by Noma Alazor on number 30 from Murphy. And I always believe volleyball is about angles, and you hit those deep angles,
right,
you know, in the corners, and that's a great shot for the middle. Usually nobody's back there defending.
Exactly. And Coach, hopefully you're at Bishop State. Hopefully you're seeing some players that you like out here, and that'll be a great advantage. Yes, always looking, huh?
That's right, always looking.
That was a little long on that swing.
So hopefully right now Murphy can build some momentum here. You know, they're serving twice in a row. This is number 8, Tony Brown, the setter, serving. Let's see if Bryant can respond to that out.
Now that's a great serve.
Right down that line again.
Right down the line, and your setter's got to remember she's got to play deep. Actually, that's the middle back's ball. Middle back plays deep, and she's got to get those corners. That's impossible for the setter to get.
Right. That was number 4, Madeline Ladner, again, outside hitter. She's just a sophomore.
Wow.
And looks like she's got some height from up here. Looks
Yeah,
like they've got a couple players that have some height. Good swing, nice dig.
Here's another tip, and she just didn't get over the net on her block. She was just a little bit too far off the block. Nice aggressive block, just didn't quite get close enough to the net.
Yeah, and that was probably a good decision by number 22, Riley Kelly, and just pushing it over. And that, I think the ball was set a little bit too far inside for her.
Yeah.
So we have set point for Alma Bryant in the first set here against the Murphy Panthers. Scores 24-7.
I think Murphy's just got to get their passing under control. They're just not passing the ball, and again, they're having to play out of system the whole match. That's just nice aggressive serving.
Exactly.
Back in that right back corner again, and the libero middle back's got to get aggressive and play defense.
Okay, so that last final kill was from Madeline Ladner, number 4, and Alma Bryant takes the first set 25-7. We'll be back in a minute for set number 2.
Hey Alexa, tell me about Mobile County Public Schools.
With 53,000 students in 90 schools, Mobile County Public Schools equips and empowers college and career-ready graduates. Several MCPSS schools are ranked among Alabama's top 10. Yearly, graduating students earned about $110 million in college scholarships and 10,000 career credentials. MCPSS is learning today, leading tomorrow. Does that answer your question?
Do you feel alone, overwhelmed, or helpless?
There's hope, there's help. Call or text 988.
You don't have to face your crisis alone. If you need a safe space to talk with a trusted adult for support, reach out to your school counselor.
Do you need help to make it through everyday struggles?
Do you need someone to talk to?
Call or text 988. Your social emotional wellness is worth it.
Remember, there's hope, there's help.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ayla, hi. Oh, hi, Sierra. How are you?
Good. How are things?
Things couldn't be better.
What do you mean?
Well, I just started this new job as a school teacher with the Mobile County Public Schools, and it has been a life changer. Great benefits, the hours are great, and great students. Just overall, it's a great opportunity.
Oh, wow. That sounds great. Yeah. I'm going to look into that.
You should.
For more information, visit mcpss.com/job opportunities.
Did you know that missing 2 days of school per month has a negative effect on student achievement?
And that chronic absenteeism
is negatively impacting
1 out of every 10 Alabama students.
Studies show students who are chronically absent are more likely to drop out of school. For every 1 day your child is absent from school, it takes 3 days for them to catch up.
So if I am not sick, make sure I'm at school, because missing school means missing out.
We are back at Alma Bryant High School with the MCPSS High School Volleyball Match of the Week, and we have Alma Bryant versus the Murphy Panthers. Bryant won the first set pretty decidedly, 25, I think, to 7.
I think
if
so,
I remember that score correctly, but we're getting ready for set 2.
We'll be serving first. Hopefully Murphy can get a good pass up there, and let's get this offense running over here. I'm excited to see it.
Exactly, me too, me too. We have number 5, Allison Blackwell, a junior setter, serving the first ball.
Oh, that's a great pass.
Oh, that's an amazing block.
That was amazing.
Block.
And that was a very aggressive swing from the back row. I like that they're running a back row attack. She's just got to hit her angles, like you said, Coach. She's just hitting straight on. She's got to hit her angles. She's got to try to go to the 1 or the 1 or 5, which are your right back and your left back positions.
Exactly. Ace by Allison Blackwell, number 5. So Murphy's up quickly, Bryant's up quickly 2-0.
And you know, Coach, back in our day, you couldn't allow the ball hitting the net like that on a serve.
I know it.
was a bad
Made it
serve.
tougher for serving, didn't it?
Yes. So now it's called a let serve, and you can actually play that ball. And
so number 7 right there was called in the net for Bryant, and so side out Murphy. So here we go. Let's see if they can keep the serve and get a run going. Number 8, Tony Brown serving.
Beautiful pass.
Great first pass. All right, set the girl who passed.
There he goes. Yes. Probably give it to me.
That's right, Madeline Ladner.
That's what I always told my kids. If you want to be set, you better give your setter a good pass.
Exactly. So Madeline, it's kind of interesting. She's the one who had a lot of good kills from the outside, the left side position in set 1, hitting down the line, and then she got a kill right there on the right side.
And it looks like Bryant's got a specific plan to run those corners, hit those corners. They've been really aggressive, and hopefully Murphy will make some adjustments with their defense to cover that hole a little.
Exactly. So number 2, Presley Turner, serving her second serve in a row.
Beautiful pass, beautiful. And they're running this. We called it a piggyback. I'm not sure what other people called it. We called it piggyback when a player would come to the middle and hit behind her middle blocker.
It's so good. Like in volleyball, we actually have plays
tons
too.
Of plays,
yes,
yeah.
Tons of plays where the hitters move out of their zones and hit in a different spot on the net, and can be very deceptive. Like it's working tonight.
Well, it's all timing for the block, and the block's got to be aware that somebody from the back row swinging, and they're usually not aware of that, so they're blocking and their timing is off.
That's right. Bryant's going on a good run right now. They're up 6-1, and Presley Turner is about to serve her 4th serve in a row.
Yep, got this. Okay, there's another tight pass. That's too hard.
Yeah, and that was good work by the setter, Tony Brown, to get
excellent.
To keep that ball in play.
Yeah, Murphy's still struggling with their passes. Hopefully they'll calm down.
I know they're probably a little bit out of sorts tonight. They're missing two of their starters.
Okay.
But that happens in volleyball.
Absolutely, it happens. And then in that situation, the other leaders on your court, they have to pick it up, and you never know when you're going to have a starter go out because of an injury.
That's right. And they and it's a great opportunity for another player to get a shot.
Exactly.
And prove that maybe they should be on the court. So Murphy's calling it their first time out of the second set, and we're going to go to a quick break, and we'll see y'all back in a minute.
What's the matter, baby? You're not feeling good?
School-age children are at a higher risk of getting and spreading germs and viruses. To help protect the spread, students are encouraged to stay home when sick. Parents, It's important for your child to remain at home at least 24 hours after they no longer have a fever of 100 degrees or higher without the use of medications. Please help us maintain a healthy learning environment.
We are back at Alma Bryant High School for the volleyball match of the week, brought to you by MCPSS. And we have Bryant up for 1-0, and they're leading set 2, 8-1. Presley Turner with the serve, and another ace.
Yeah, another, she's, you know, a lot of times coaches, most of the time coaches will call their zones. They will tell the setter with some kind of sign or just putting how many fingers up there they want you to serve to that specific zone. And they are really picking on middle back right now.
They are. And right there, Murphy had a great pass by Anaya Anderson on that first contact, and then just some miscommunication to get that third contact over the net.
So let's see if she goes again to the middle back. Another great deep
and an
serve.
ace.
Yeah, I thought it was an ace. It was a great deep serve again. And it kind of sounds a little ruthless, but sometimes you do pick on one player. If you see that they're making those errors, you just go back to them and go back to them. And that's kind of what they're doing right now. And that's when, well, your libero's on the court, but as an example, if the libero was on the bench at this time, if your back row is struggling to pass or play defense, your libero can come in there and take their place.
That's right, yes. So that was a nice rally.
Yeah, that was a great rally.
And number 3 for Bryant, Grace Kelly got the final kill on that. But
didn't you say she was a freshman?
She's actually just an 8th grader.
Oh my goodness,
yes.
An 8th grader.
There's a great pass by number 25, Vaughn July.
And she's going for that right back corner.
Good.
That's the way.
So Madison Quinney, number 23 for Murphy, sends a nice push over the net to the deep right back corner. And that seems to be the consensus tonight. We're going to work zone 1, the right back corner, and get our kills.
Right.
So number 25, Vaughn July, serving. She's the libero for Murphy High School. They are doing a lineup check right now, which sometimes happens when you're missing some starters.
Yeah, exactly. And going back to trying to hit zone 1, when your setter is on the back row, again, she has got to stay back and play defense before she actively goes up and sets.
Right. Oh, just out. Just out, and that was a nice solid block.
It was, nice double block.
They just, and sometimes blockers forget this. They go up in the air and they have to aim their hands back towards the middle of the court. And that would have been a great block for them. The libero for Bryant is serving right now.
That was a beautiful pass by 15, beautiful pass, and Tony gave her the set. And unfortunately, just an error, but that was beautiful. So hopefully they're settling down with their passing now.
Yes, passing is looking a lot better.
Now that ball was out.
That ball's out.
Fortunately, the libero missed it.
Yes, I think that's happened to every volleyball player. Ball's going out, and when we touch it. So now we have the libero serving for Murphy High School, number 25, Vaughn July. Nice serve.
Nice serve, right down the line.
And a great pass, though. She answered it back with a good pass. And number 16, Tyranny Johnson, she's a right side freshman, and she had a great tip right there, kind of to what we call the donut.
Yeah.
The middle of the court.
They, both teams, well, especially Bryant, I'm not sure, I haven't really looked at the grade levels on Murphy, but we have some young players out here. Got an 8th grader and several freshmen and sophomores. So we've got some. There they go again, trying for that right back corner. Just missed outside. And that again is the middle backs. That's her job to get those balls. The right back cannot. She's
play that deep.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's number 1, Abby Weaver, serving the ball. She's a junior DS. That's what I think
great.
Yes.
That was beautiful. That was a great swing for a kill.
And that's what we know Murphy High School volleyball team can do. They get a good pass. The set is a great set. Beautiful right in the gap between two players.
And what year is she?
Anaya Anderson is a junior, I believe.
Okay.
But don't hold me to that.
There's a great get.
Yes, that's a great up. Way to reset. Good block by Dion Rudolph. Great block.
I had a tip over to the right front.
Bryant's defense is so good.
Yes, it is.
They make it really tough for Murphy to get kills.
You know, Bryant is, in my days of coaching, Bryant has always had great defense, and they've always had really good liberos.
Isn't that funny how some schools that's kind of what they're known for?
Yeah.
Good swing, another good dig. Okay.
Beautiful pass.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Definitely miscommunication, which we've seen a couple times tonight. And whose ball do you think that should be coming back into the middle?
I would probably say your left front's got to get that ball. She's got the best angle for the setter. So if that were me, she would be the one I would probably fuss at.
Yes, and it's tough for that middle hitter who just hit the ball.
Right.
And it was a great hit by Claire Grace White. That ball, they dug it right back over the net. So she's still kind of landing on that play. So for her to kind of transition back and try to get that. So your back row or your left front definitely needs to cover that ball. So we have Christian Wooten serving for Murphy, number 10. They're trailing 6-16. Let's see if they can go on a run here.
Beautiful pass by the libero. There we go, back to that right back corner again.
Number 3, Grace Kelly for the kill. She's the one that's the 8th grader, and she's staying on the court the whole time, does a really nice job.
That's
great
great.
Serve. So number 4, Madeline Ladner's back in. She's the one that got a lot of kills in set 1, both from the outside and the right side. The Murphy JV team is doing a great job of trying to get their team fired up.
Oh.
So in that situation, in the second contact, you just got to get it high enough.
You've got to get it high enough. Middle of the court. You don't worry about trying to get it to the setter position, just the middle of the court, high enough for the setter to put her hands on. Again, just a pass that is too close to the net, and Tony does not have the opportunity to set. Her only option is to tip that ball over.
Right, that's right. So number 3, Grace Kelly is doing a great job. She's on her 3rd serve for Bryant right now, so going on a little bit of a run.
Oh, goodness. And that was a nice little jump serve.
In your opinion, is your setter kind of like the quarterback on the team?
Absolutely, absolutely. She's running the offense. We run plays in and out, and she is the quarterback, the point guard for the team. And she's got to get those kids fired up. She's got to go and pat them on the back and say, don't worry about it, we'll get the next one.
It is a really big role in the sport of volleyball. It's a really big role.
That was a beautiful set, too.
Beautiful set and a great swing by number 10. I love how aggressive she is, Claire Grace White. She just hit it a little bit long. And actually, maybe there's number 4, Madeline Ladner, but just a little bit long. But I love how aggressive Bryant is. They're going for the kill.
They sure are. Oh,
good serve by Dion Rudolph.
And in beach volleyball, my husband grew up playing beach volleyball, and we used to call that the husband-wife.
Yes.
Goes right down the middle and nobody communicates.
That's right. Nobody communicates. Whose ball is it?
That's right.
So we are, Coach Wiggins from Murphy is just checking her lineup right now to make sure that they're all in order. And again, sometimes it's confusing when you have new players on the court that aren't traditionally playing in positions that they are supposed to play in.
Right.
And sometimes actually it's not them being out of rotation. I've been in matches before where the scores table, the book was actually wrong.
Right, right.
And but it looks like in this situation, Murphy was out of rotation. And so that means an automatic side out for them.
Correct.
And if they earn any points with that illegal server, those are taken away.
Right, exactly. Again, having those couple of players out and readjusting is kind of tough. They've got to know who's in front of them, who's behind them, and so they can keep that rotation correct. See, they're still having some issues.
Okay, so actually they were not out of rotation, and it looks like maybe there just was some miscommunication on who the next server was. So right there, and knowing Coach Wiggins and Coach Stewart, like, I don't expect their teams to be out of rotation a lot.
Right.
They run a tight ship, both of them.
They do.
And yes, and but sometimes, like we said, with new players. So Murphy actually got that point back and took a point away from Bryant. It's 8 serving 20, and this is Dion Rudolph's second serve in a row. So hopefully they can build some momentum. Good serve. Yep, a little bit out of system. They're going to have to send a free ball over.
Right. Let's see.
Okay,
and that's when you hope you can, no touch. There's no touch on that block. That's when, again, a free ball is just a gift. It's
yes.
You've got to have a good pass to your setter. Your setter's waiting. She's ready to set that ball, and unfortunately, the hitter just hit it out of bounds.
Okay, that's an overpass, so the ball's passed directly back over the net. That was a nice slide attack.
That's the first slide we've seen tonight.
That's right.
And that's your middle hitter coming over to the right side and hitting a ball.
And when I teach it, I'm sure you have too, it's kind of like the basketball layup. They jump off of 1 foot.
Right.
And
it's very, very deceptive because your middle block is committed, your left side is committed to go to block in the middle, and then you're left a lot of times with no block at all.
Good dig by Bryant and
Nice
a kill by
swing.
Madeline Ladner.
Nice swing. They had a nice double block up there, but she just was able to hit it in between the blockers, and it just ricocheted off out of bounds.
So number 10 serving again, Claire Grace White. She's a junior middle blocker for Bryant. This is
beautiful pass.
That's a great pass. I love how they want to set Anaya because she definitely has a lot of power.
She's got a lot of power, and that was a beautiful pass by her. And again, her setter rewarded her with the swing, and she got a kill off of it.
We have Milan Pirine entering the game for Murphy. She's number 21. She's playing the right side for them tonight.
Oh.
So that's definitely miscommunication.
Right.
You can see the setter, Allison Blackwell, talking with her middle, Anna Claire, about what they were supposed to run, what play they were supposed to run.
Exactly. She thought they were running, the girls thought they were probably running, well, the setter obviously thought they were running a slide or a right side hit.
Right.
Forgot she didn't have a right side hitter. Now, I heard a tip on that.
I did too, but nobody else did.
Nobody else did.
So that was a great aggressive swing by number 4, Madeline Ladner, just outside by everyone's else's eyes, but we thought we heard the touch on the net, but that's all right.
And the linesmen are actually, that's part of their responsibility to watch the block and see if they see any kind of touches. Now, your setter, again, that was miscommunication, but I felt like she had enough time to get there. I think she thought she's really a quick little player. I think she's just starting to rely on those the hitters a little bit to get to that ball.
Right. Allison Blackwell serving for Bryant. Okay, free ball over by Murphy.
Let's see what Bryant can do with this.
Setter done.
Oh, great job.
That is a great block and really a heads-up play.
Yes.
By Noma. She was there, and that setter tried to dump it over, and she said, not today.
Not today.
She's got a nice big smile on her
sure
face.
Does.
Yes, and she should. That was a great play.
Great spot on the court to hit.
And it was good. It was a crunch time moment. The score's 24. It's set point for Bryant.
Beautiful set. I mean,
Just
beautiful
out.
set to the outside hitter.
That was a beautiful set. And good try by number 16, Tierney Johnson. She's just a freshman, so
Wow.
I like how aggressive she is.
Yeah, they've got a great future.
With Jamie Phillips serving for Murphy.
Beautiful pass.
Nice, another good block from Murphy and Noma. Another one, wow. That was amazing.
That's exciting.
That is so exciting.
And the way she's blocking so aggressively, she's actually pushing that ball to the open court.
Exactly, and that was 3 blocks she's had in a row here. Oh, so tough miss serve for set point to give Alma Bryant the second set, 25-14, but a better showing by Murphy.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I think we're seeing a little bit of what Murphy can do. So we will be back in a moment, back to Bryant High School for the 3rd set between Bryant and Murphy Panthers.
There's a lot to like about Mobile County Public Schools.
What I enjoy about Mobile County School is the extra attention my teachers give us to help us learn.
Teachers are liking their access to technology, and students are liking the quality of their education.
I like the technology that's been incorporated into my education.
And since 1826, you have trusted us to prepare your child for their future, and we like that. Mobile County Public Schools. We are learning today, leading tomorrow.
I'm Keith Blackwood, your Mobile County District Attorney. I want to remind you about the truancy laws. 5 unexcused absences requires you to attend the Early Warning Truancy Program. Failure to attend the Early Warning Truancy Program can cause you to appear before a judge in circuit court. We need you to stay in school. This is a serious law, and it needs to be taken very seriously. I wish you and your family a safe, happy, and successful school year.
A teacher is one of the biggest investors in a community.
They impact the lives of those we value the most.
Teachers share knowledge which helps shape and mold our future leaders.
Teachers show direction and help build a sense of purpose.
Are you ready to make a change? For more information on teaching opportunities, teacher incentives, or to apply with the Mobile County Public Schools, log on to www.mcpss.com.
High school students, are you looking for a way to become a better leader? Then the Junior Officers Training Corps may be what you're seeking. If you would like to develop self-reliance, learn ways to be more responsible, and improve your communication skills, you can do that and more when you register for the Junior Officers Training Corps. The JROTC program is available to all high school students in Mobile County. JROTC, we build a better you.
At Mobile County Public Schools, we believe it starts with us. That's why we offer Signature Academies.
Hello, I'm Jordan Clark, and I'm in the Health Service Academy at John L. LaFleur Magnet High School. My future career is to be an obstetrician-gynecologist. With this academy, I'm learning firsthand from people already working in the industry. Shadowing them on the job really makes me want to study hard and work harder towards my career goals.
Signature Academies are open to all students in Mobile County Public High Schools. Visit MCPSS.com.
We are back at Bryant High School for the matchup between the Bryant Hurricanes and Murphy Panthers. Bryant is up 2-0. We're in the 3rd set, and if Murphy doesn't come back in this set, Coach, the match is over.
Yeah, hopefully we want to go 5. So it's 3 out of 5. We'd love to have a long, tight match. We want to see some more volleyball.
We want to see some more volleyball, 100% for sure. So we're going to hopefully, the last set was better for Murphy.
Yes.
Their passing was much better, which then they were able to set up their offense. And Noma Alizor had some great blocks towards the end of the match. But Bryant, I just feel, is a very well-rounded team.
Yes.
They have a lot of options offensively.
Yes, they have, and again, that's passing. It all goes back to passing. If you pass, you have so many more options for your setter. Again, when you're out of system, it's just tough for the setter to set the ball to more than one. Usually excuse me, I can't get my words out. She usually only has one option to go to if you stay out of system.
That's right, that's right. So we want that pass close to the setting target, which is near the net. kind of towards the middle of the court, and that way they can set all 3 options. But
Right.
Murphy does have the serve here in set 3, and that's their setter, number 8, Tony Brown, who's done a great job with
She
the
has.
passing that they've had tonight.
She has.
How do you feel about missed first serves?
Not good. Anytime. Anytime. But it does, you want to start in a positive, start the set positively, and it is tough when you miss that first serve.
Exactly.
But hopefully they'll, another really close.
Good save, though, there. So the ball's still in play. Nice out-of-system pass by the libero for Bryant. Number 18, Mackenzie Thornton. And I just like how aggressive Bryant is. And their hitters are going for it. That was just a little bit long, but they're going for it.
And even when they have a long hit, they still come together and they pat each other on the back.
Great block. Oh, and a great up.
Wow.
Yes.
She dug that out of the net. That's a tough ball to get. Oh, they called double contact.
Okay.
Oh, she hit the ball twice.
She hit it twice.
She played it and then played it out of the net. Good catch by the down official.
Exactly. We missed that up here, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We were excited to see her play it out of the net.
Exactly.
Oh, a great little, she did a little swing, kind of an off-speed swing to position 5, kind of short court.
And in those situations, you have to anticipate, but you
Right.
also have to read the hitter.
Right.
And see what their arm is doing and how
Right.
they're approaching. And a little bit long serve by number 2, Presley Turner. She's had a great serving night tonight, so I think that's probably her first one that she's missed.
And, when you talk about read, you have to look at the hitter. You have to look at her arm. You have to look at her hips. A lot of times, high school players will turn their hips directly where they're going to hit the ball. And you have to be able to read their body language.
That's right. And really, too, kind of the whole play playing out. Where's the pass going?
Exactly.
What are the tendencies of the setter? So there's a lot to it, but we have our guests are leading right now. Murphy Panthers are up 4-2. A couple of it is from hitting errors from Bryant, but that's the name of the game.
That was such a pretty swing. The pass was perfect. Perfect.
Pass was perfect.
The setter had a great pass to set up and great swing in the middle.
That was from number 7, Anna Claire Hilburn. She's a junior middle blocker, and she did have a nice shot right back to zone 1. Serving now for Bryant is number 18.
Oh, there's another one of those. Well, in tennis you call it a little let, so I guess it's really, I guess that's what it's called too,
yeah,
a
let serve. And it really changes the direction of the ball. When it touches that net, it slows it down, obviously.
Yeah.
Good pass by Nia Anderson.
And
a
again,
swing.
yeah,
Okay.
the setter went back to her too, rewarded her with the perfect pass.
Another great block by Bryant. Keeping it alive, though. By Murphy. Keeping it alive for Bryant.
Good swing,
It's a
great
good
swing.
swing.
And you know what I loved about that? The middle blocker is really doing a great job with her movement for Murphy. She is reading, like we were just talking about, she's reading the hitters and she's going from left to right. And her footwork is great, so she's getting to position very
That's
quickly.
right. That was a nice kill by number 21, Milan Pirine. And I don't think she's traditionally a starter, but she's filling in tonight. And way to come in and get a nice kill right there.
Beautiful pass by the libero for Bryant. Again, their passing is so good. There you go. They went for that right back position for zone 1, and the defense was positioned to pick up that ball. Good job, Murphy.
Yes. Good defensive play, and just the hit was a little bit too long on that one.
But I think you're right, Coach. I think they're starting to adjust and now have adjusted and settled down with this new lineup that they're having to deal with.
This is, I think, what we thought was going to happen from the get-go.
Right.
From the beginning, yes.
Exactly. And it is unfortunate that she's had a couple of injuries.
And I'm not sure that they were injuries. I think they had some, one was an injury and one was a school obligation.
I got you.
Yes.
Okay.
A missed serve by Bryant gave Murphy the lead right now, 6-5. Good
Beautiful.
serve, beautiful pass. Oh, wow, I did think, I was calling that out too from up here.
But, you know, Murphy's defense is just standing flat-footed, and they've got to stay in motion the whole point. They need to be moving to that possible out ball, and they were just kind of stuck flat-footed that time.
Yes. There, it just hit right inside that
It
line.
did.
And that's probably the tricky part. You know, in volleyball, the ball, if it touches any part of the line, it is in.
That's a good point. Now, that's a beautiful pass, and there she goes back to her.
Great hit. Great hit by Nia Anderson. Great
She's
set.
so excited.
Yes, she is. Great set by Tony Brown. That's like textbook volleyball.
It is. And again, she's being rewarded for a perfect pass, and then she gets the kill.
So Murphy's up 7-6. Dion Rudolph is serving.
Great serve. Great deep court serve. And they're having to send a free ball back because of that.
Set her again.
Here we go. Absolutely. Great job, Murphy.
Yes. So, and that is something, I know they do it in a lot of other sports too, but in volleyball, you do set your hot hitter.
Absolutely.
You like to go back to them, and
absolutely.
And they did that. Tony Brown, that was a great decision by her
yes,
to
it was.
set Anaya again.
Oh, just long.
And that's the funny thing about volleyball. Volleyball is such a momentum sport.
Yes.
Murphy had the momentum. They're getting fired up. You want to keep that ball in play.
Right, exactly.
So Bryant is serving, number 18, Mackenzie Thornton.
A little bit off the net again. The pass was too deep for the setter to push the ball over for a great set.
So Mackenzie Thornton gets another shot. Serve number 2 in this series.
But Murphy's becoming much more aggressive with their swings, and I think they're gonna keep, stay aggressive like that.
That's right. And they just need to side out here quickly.
Right.
There needs to be a sense of urgency. Like no more serves. Let's get a side out.
Right.
So we can stay in it.
Great position to serve to. Another tight pass.
Tony did a great job.
She did.
Nice swing.
There you go. Great dig by the libero, Vaughn July.
Yes. Number 7, the middle for Bryant right now is Anna Claire Hilburn. She's a junior, and she's had some nice swings really working that zone 1, zone 6 area.
And she is tiny. She is tiny.
Tiny but mighty.
Yes, she's got a great,
she
jumps well. Pretty pass again. All right, there you go.
Good dig by Murphy, way to keep it alive. Back to the setter, which was good. Put Bryant out of system. That ball was played outside of the antenna, which is illegal. That's an out call.
The ball has to stay in between the antenna, and unfortunately it just went behind. It also cannot touch the antenna, so if the ball touches the antenna at any time, it's a dead ball and point for the other team.
Milan Pirine just entered the match for Murphy.
Oh, they tried to sneak one over with the tip, and Murphy's defense picked it up.
So look, it's turning a little bit.
Yeah.
Murphy has gotten Bryant out of system a couple times by being more aggressive on their attacks.
Playing better defense.
Nia Anderson was there, ready to dig it, and it just went right through her hands. Right through her hands. I love the volleys and the rallies that were happening right now.
She probably should have taken a half step back and passed that ball instead of using her hands. It was, when it's coming with a little velocity, you want your kids to use just to pass the ball. And she understood after she did it. She signaled to her coach, I should have passed that ball.
Yeah, she's coaching herself.
That's right, and that's wonderful.
That is wonderful.
When they can recognize those mistakes.
That's right. So Madison Quinney serving. Nice serve by her for Murphy. Nice swing by Kelly for Bryant.
And she's that lefty. Nice little touch on the block, but they just slowed it down, and the defense just could not get to it.
Looked like they might have been a tad bit early on their block.
Yes, I
because
think
blocking
so.
is so much about timing. And it looked like they were a little bit on their way down when Anaya Anderson hit that ball.
That is an ace.
Ace.
Great serve.
Good job by Madison Quinney, number 23 for Murphy. That might be their first ace of the night.
It may be.
So Murphy is up 12-11, almost at the halfway point, or just about at the halfway point of set 3.
There's another great deep serve.
That's a great
Oh,
swing.
that's a great swing.
And it's so deceptive, too, when you
With
have that lefty on
yeah.
the left side.
Yeah, and that's called her offhand. That's not her natural swing because she has to come across her body. Most lefties, you usually have your lefties hitting right side. Now, they were still in transition, so she had not transitioned to the right side yet, or, yeah, I believe she does come right side. But you do have lefties who love to hit that left side.
They sure do. That's a good play by Anaya Anderson because the set was really wide.
Yes.
She only really had one option.
Right. And she made the adjustment to come outside the ball to swing.
Yes, right here she got her feet to the ball, got around it, a nice high contact. Served by Vaughn July for Murphy. Oh, wow, that's a great up. We'll have to talk about how she got that ball up in a second.
Here we go. That was great defense.
Murphy is coming alive.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh. Right there, Anaya. And sometimes that happens. As you get excited, you really want to block that ball, and she just, we could see it here. She got her hands up on the net, which is an illegal move. That's the play right there. We call that a pancake.
Right.
And she just got her hand right underneath of it.
Oh, there's communication again. I think Tony thought she was just automatically going to take that ball, and she got in her way. She turned in the wrong direction and got in Tony's way.
So did you ever teach the pancake?
You know, my kids would get out there and play and pancake, you know, just playing before practice. We did work on it a little bit, but not a whole lot. But they practiced it themselves.
They love it, don't they?
They do love it.
They love it. I never have coached it because I just want them to stay on their feet as long as they can to play the ball.
That's right.
So that's a long serve by the libero for Bryant, number 18, Mackenzie Thornton. She's had a great serving night tonight, though. Just a little bit long on that one. And so Murphy gets the ball again, and let's see if they can go on a little run here.
And, you know, talking about the pancake, they get more excited about that than they do this tremendous kill.
They really do. So this is Christian Wooten serving for Murphy. Nice short serve. Bryant always finds a way, though, to swing at the ball.
Yeah.
Even when it's not the best pass, their setters do a really good job.
Yeah, not many free balls being sent by Bryant.
Right. Great swing there by Anaya Anderson through the block, off the block. She's being very aggressive now. So scores 15-15. We've got ourselves a ball game. Christian Wooten again for the serve for Murphy. Nice pass. Middle attack.
Little tight to the net, so her only option to stay out of the net is a nice little tip.
And that's Claire Grace White, who had a great tip right there.
And it just rolled down the block's hands. Oh, talking about Bryant being very aggressive even on free ball or bad passes, they're hitting a lot of what we call down balls. And down balls are they're staying on the floor. They're not jumping aggressively. They're staying on the floor and still attacking the ball.
Which is so much harder to pass than just sending the free ball.
Right.
That pass is called a free ball because it's easy. It's kind of like a free point, you know, a free pass to the other team. So Bryant's had a couple serving errors this set.
Yeah.
I think they've had the most in this set, and that's part of keeping Murphy in the game, too.
She's going for that right back corner.
Great decision.
Yeah. There's that aggressiveness again from that little 8th grader.
That little 8th grader, number 3, Grace Kelly. She's done a nice job tonight.
She is just putting the ball in some great spots.
So she'll go back to serve, and she's had a wonderful serving night as well. She has a great jump float, and the float serve is such a good serve. Sometimes the players want to get back there and serve the top spin.
Right.
But you've got to serve that top spin ball really hard for it to be effective.
Right, and the float just kind of changes directions as it's coming over the net. And if you've got a great float serve, it is so hard to pass.
It's so hard to pass.
It's just hard to read.
So that's a net call on Murphy there. So that's a tough break for them. We've got a 2-point lead by Bryant. Grace Kelly going back to serve again for her second serve in a row here. Good pass, a decent pass. We can work with it.
Yeah.
Good dig by Grace Kelly. Nice swing.
There you go. Middle back defense by Vaughn. July, run that ball down.
So they've done a good job, Murphy, of sending the ball to the setter. When you send the ball to the setter and they have to dig or play that first contact, your libero has to step in and take the second ball. And it kind of can be labeled as out of system, but if your libero is really good, like Mackenzie Thornton has done a great job for Bryant in putting a nice ball to that outside hitter.
And again, as we said, you know, you don't have to have a perfect set. Just get it in the middle, get it up high enough so you can have some kind of attack on the ball.
That's right. So Murphy's going to take their first timeout at 20-16 for set 3, and they've really battled for set 3. So when we come back, we're probably going to see the final part of set 3 and hope it continues to be a great match. We'll see you in a minute.
Do you feel alone, overwhelmed, or helpless?
There's hope. There's hope. Call or text 988.
You don't have to face your crisis alone. If you need a safe space to talk with a trusted adult for support, reach out to your school counselor.
Do you need help to make it through everyday struggles?
Do you need someone to talk to? Call or text 988. Your social emotional wellness is worth it.
Remember, there's hope, there's help.
We are back at Alma Bryant High School for the MCPSS High School Volleyball Match of the Week between the Bryant Hurricanes and Murphy Panthers. We're in set 3. Bryant is up 2-0. Good serve again by Grace Kelly, number 3 for Bryant. Great dig there. So Bryant has kept it alive.
And I believe that was a foot. Did she touch the net? Is that what you just called? Or
I think they called a net violation on number 8, and it was a tight pass.
Yeah, I thought it was either going to be net violation or there's a line under the net, and you can step on the line, but you cannot step all the way over the line. I actually thought she stepped over the line, and that's what he called, but obviously from Tony talking, they said it was a net violation.
And I think they were thinking that it was her hair in the net,
right,
which is legal.
Right.
But they saw definitely a different part of her body that went into the net right there. So we have Grace Kelly still continuing serving. She's on a 6-point run right here. And just a tough serve to receive and get back over the net for Murphy. 22-16. Bryant is 3 points away from winning the match against Murphy. Grace Kelly to serve. Again, the 8th grader. Good save. That's called 4 touches. So what the officials are saying is the ball did not cross the net.
Right. It hit the tape, but the blockers did not touch it, and therefore Murphy had 4 contacts.
23-16. Grace Kelly is still continuing to serve for Bryant.
Nice long serve.
Yes. That's a nice swing by Madison Quinney, number 23. And I like to see that she was still aggressive. Sometimes players can get timid as the match gets closer to the finish.
Right. They get a little tentative in their play and just want to keep playing the ball back and forth instead of let's go for it and let's go on and get this kill in this point.
Dion Randolph is serving. Rudolph, sorry, is serving.
I think
for
she
Murphy.
was given a gift right there.
She was.
That ball was definitely out, and
Dion, yeah.
Dion, played the ball, but you know, you can't falter for that either, because I would much rather have my players aggressive and play that ball than
letting it drop.
Letting it drop and hit that line.
That's right. So a hitting error by Murphy. It gives Bryant match point, so scores 24-18. Ball was set a little bit inside on that replay, you can see, so Madison really had to try to get there to get the ball over the net. So this is match point for Bryant Hurricanes. It's a nice serve to that sideline.
Yes.
Okay, kill by Anaya Anderson. Way to go for it, like we just talked about. Way to be aggressive.
They're not giving up, and I've unfortunately been on the side of a loss when I've got match point and the opposing team has come back, and
there's
so
no lead big enough, is there? That's a nice serve there by Tony Brown. Good pass by Bryant.
Great block.
Noma Alazar is back in the match. She had a great block, but that one squeezed by her. So Alma Bryant, the Hurricanes, beat Murphy High School in 3 tonight for the match. We are going to talk to Coach Stewart here in a minute, and the winning coach for tonight's match from Alma Bryant, and get her take on why they were so successful tonight. But what did you see from both teams tonight?
I just saw that the girls never gave up. They wanted to continue playing. They wanted to stay aggressive. Even though it was an 0-3 loss for Murphy, they still played aggressively the whole time.
They sure did. They never gave up.
Right.
You know, sometimes when you're getting beat by quite a bit in sets 1 and 2, sometimes they do give up a little bit in set 3, but that was good to see from Murphy.
Yeah.
And what did you like most about Bryant and what they did tonight?
Well, I love their communication. Their passing, to me, was exceptional. I mean, their passing was so good. Great communication. They had aggressive servers. I love the serves. I love the deep serves. I just think their togetherness, you know, you can just tell they're a tight team. I believe that's going to help them throughout the season, just the way they play together.
I agree, and there really wasn't a weakness in their game tonight.
There really wasn't.
They served aggressive. In set 3, we saw a couple more errors than we had seen the whole night. But, you know, at that point, they were on set 3, and they were confident, and they had the momentum.
Exactly.
So maybe they were going for it a little bit more.
Yeah. And Murphy has a lot of, you know, they have a lot of potential. They've got some good players on their team. Nice, aggressive blockers especially.
Yes, exactly. So great match. So we have Coach Stewart with us tonight. She's the winning coach from Alma Bryant High School. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you, thank you.
So what do you think was the key tonight for your team's victory?
They played really well together. The first set cleaned errors up a lot. We've struggled with giving away way too many points in each match, and they really cleaned that up tonight.
Yes, they looked really good, and we kind of thought that you had a well-balanced offense, and we loved the plays that you were running with bringing your outsides in the middle, and your middle starting to run some slides towards the end of the match. So that was good to see, but it looked like a well-balanced offense.
Yeah, they played well. We ran a 5-1 last night with a 6-setter, so our middle was able to run the slide a little bit. She ran really well. Got several swings last night, a few more tonight. They look good, yeah.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations. And what do you think your team has to work on moving forward for the rest of the season?
Just like I said before, just cleaning up the errors. They worked on that tonight, and just have to minimize our mistakes and capitalize when we have the momentum of the game and take advantage of that.
Well,
congratulations again.
And your team, just to throw one thing in, your team passed so well tonight.
They did. Thank you, thank you. We struggled on that at the beginning of the season, so thankfully our defense and our passers have worked hard to do their job.
Well, they look like it.
Thank you.
Congratulations again, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you all. I appreciate it.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We had the MCPSS Volleyball Match of the Week between Bryant High School and the Murphy Panthers. And join us again. We'll be back in action. We'll be broadcasting in another match coming up, so we hope you join us again. Thank you, Coach Shokwas.